the Golden State Warriors making a trade for Dennis Schröder, which I think shocked myself as to how on earth the Golden State Warriors were able to trade an injured DeAnthony Melton and get Dennis Schröder, a guy who's been balling this season like crazy. Madness. I have no idea how on earth that deal went through, but Mike Dunleavy, he was a sniper in his day as an NBA player, and now he's pulling some three. I wouldn't say 3 stars, probably a 4 or 5 star move, to get Dennis Schroeder to come to the Warriors. I think that's the one thing everyone had been complaining about over the last couple of weeks, to say that the Warriors need someone to handle the ball, be the point guard, take the ball out of Steph Curry's hands, because every time Steph brings the ball up and you can get the ball out of his hands easily by double teaming. But now with a proper point guard right next to him, it's a great move for them. I mean, Podziemski has just not been anywhere near, I think, the player that the Warriors would have thought he was going to be. Just has not lived up to the hype this second season. I mean, sophomore slump maybe, but I mean, yeah, he was supposed to be shooting 8 threes a game. He's probably shooting 8% from three per game right now. So it's a deal that needed to happen. They needed to get a point guard, and I mean, many people thought it was going to be LeBron. I mean, people were pushing the agenda saying, Steph and LeBron need to reunite like they were on Team USA, but I think it's a good move. Let's be realistic. It's a good move to go out there and get, Dennis Schroeder. Guy who's been around the league now. I think he's pushing to try break Ish Smith's record for most teams played on, but wherever he's been a solid contributor. He's, I think, one of the, yeah, I wouldn't say he's like a tier one point guard, but if you go to the tier three, tier two, tier three, I would say tier three point guards who are solid starters, sometimes six men. I think he's up there. I mean, what's the memes that they always say? He's the was the Kevin Durant of Rudy Gay's, but he's a point guard. But you get what I mean. He's that sort of player. I think the Warriors, that's a great move in the West, especially. Even with this bad patch that they were in, they didn't fall down too crazily. So they're still within striking distance. I think one thing that he also does is he doesn't bring down the level of defense that team had. Because that team right now, one of the best defensive teams in the league. So when you bring in a guy like Dennis Schröder, Dennis the Menace, as they call him, that's a guy, he's never been a sloucher on defense. He's never been a guy he's a cone on defense. He's a guy who plays hard both ends of the court. He's got some fire to him. He's a fiery player. And I think to the Warriors, he's going to be a valuable piece, particularly him and Draymond Green. I think now you've got two guys who are just psychopaths. They got different mentality. And, this toughness that he adds to that team, that's what you're going to need to go win a championship. So it's a great move by the Warriors. If I had to rate it out of 10, I'm giving it probably an 8 out of 10. I think it's a fantastic move, if not even a 9 out of 10. It's a fantastic move for that team. It's exactly what they needed. And again, the main thing is that you get better offensively, in my opinion, because now the guy who is your best player, Stephen Curry, gets unlocked. Why? Because teams can't double team him anymore when he brings the ball up the court. Now you've got Schroeder to do that. Now you've got Steph to play off the ball. And even for Schroeder, the game will get easy for him playing with a guy like Steph, playing with a shooter like Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield's been in a bit of a slump, so hopefully now, in addition of another facilitator, can make the game a little bit easier for him. And then same thing for Schroeder as well. Things will get easier because Draymond's a great facilitator too, so he'll be able to succeed. And that system has always been quite good to guards. So hopefully it stays the same for Dennis Schroeder.